Schultz here. We're going to keep rolling with some smallmouth tips for you. It's a little pre-season prep for you smallmouth junkies out there. What I have behind me is a few of the things that I keep in my boat box, my Yeti Go box. Go box keeps things dry. I've used other boat bags in the past that I have to dry out when I get wet. This thing is waterproof as long as I close the top. So, first thing I picked here, takes up a little bit of space in the box, is the first aid kit. Being a guide in Michigan, got to have one of these nowadays. It's loaded up with certain things. This one has everything to make me legal. Fits perfectly in my boat box. Won't get moldy, won't get wet. Good to go. Sunglasses are important all the time when you're on the water, but the spring, a lot of variables, varying light levels that we're dealing with. So I'm always rocking the silver Sunrise, the yellows, killer. And then I always keep a pair of silver mirrors. And let me see if I did this right. Yep, always have a couple little Zeiss lens wipes in there. Make sure they're crystal clear. So sunglasses important, extra set all the time. A little box that I've had forever. I believe this was distributed by a company called Mangrove back in the day, Lefty and Flip's company. This just has like the essentials. I got a drain plug in here. I've got a bunch of little screwdrivers, a knife, a multi-tool, parts for rods, all kinds of fun stuff. The old Mangrove kit has been rolling with me for many, many years. Still alive and going. Wool. When I'm out in the spring, I'm rocking a lot of wool base layer, wool top, wool buff, neck dealio, wool gloves. When I'm rowing, I might be wearing some mittens. These fit right underneath them. These are a great glove to fish in. Just a really thin wool glove and a wool buff. Big deal having those in there. Assorted tools. Springtime, you're going to run into smallmouth. You're going to run into pike and other toothy critters, maybe a muskie, depending on where you're fishing. Having some tools to work with those fish is important, and not just one pair of pliers. I like a few different styles. I like a really small, fine needle nose. There's times when these smallmouth, they'll eat big flies and they'll take them deep, and you got to get them from behind the gill to get that hook out. That is a wonderful little tool for that. Bigger set. Manleys. I like Manly, good company. Stainless steel, premium pliers. These are just another bigger set of needle nose. You got to have some jaw spreaders. This is kind of my main jaw spreader, and then I got another one here in the top just in case this goes in the water. If you're a muskie angler or a pike angler, you know these things tend to shoot off the side of the boat from time to time. So you got to have a good jaw spreader and have an extra set. Manly's also makes these pliers with a big cutter on them. This is like the oh no, we're in trouble plier. This is how you get hooks out of people. This is how you cut hooks out of fish. Just a great product. Not $300 plier, probably $70, $60. This Manly plier, it saved me more times than not. Killer plier. Kind of my gamer set. I have this sitting in the boat. This is like my stuff that I'm running off of. I always have extra, a whole bunch under my seat, but this is kind of what's going on. I'll have 12, 16, 20, 25, 30 on here, 40 in the Go box. This is a funny one that some people laugh at me about, but this here is the Board of Education. That's what I call it. It's just a cheap whiteboard from Amazon. If you're a fishing guide, people learn different. Some people like to, you could tell them how to do it. You could show them how to do it. You could do different things, but if they're really struggling, I bust this out and draw the scenario. Presentation this time of year, point of entry, angle of approach, all kinds of factors. It's a very thin line between success and no success. Fly fishing for spring smallmouth. The Board of Education has saved me many, many times. It's not a bad thing when this comes out. Okay, so if I pull it out on you, it's not because you're a bad fisherman. It's just because you need a little bit of help. Which dialed in. Hand warmers, excess, tons of these in the truck, in the boat, in the deck, in the back of the truck. Everything from hockey rinks to baseball games in the spring to smallmouth fishing. Little hand warmers will save the day, keep your client in the game a little bit longer, and maybe keep you in the game a little longer. Your hands get worked this time of year, your flies get worked, things break in the cold. A little bit of super glue, gel super glue is a good thing to have in the kit. Thermometer and an extra, because I guarantee you're going to drop this in the water too or lose it. Having a thermometer is huge. It's going to tell you a lot. Maybe not that particular day, you know, when you're out there in the middle of the day and you get the temperature, but when you start taking temperature on the regular and start putting things together, it's really going to help you out, figure out the game and figure out why they bit and why they didn't bite that particular day. So have a thermometer and have an extra one of those. 2 sets of nippers, one for the river, one for the one you left in the truck, and then one in the box just in case. 15-pound boga grip. I use this not so much to get the weight of the fish or suspend the fish vertically. I use this for releasing the fish, reviving the fish, staging it up if you want to take a photo of the fish, to assure that the fish is in the water, it's sitting proper, and you get a nice healthy release and they swim off and you catch them again. So a little 15-pounder. I wrap this around my oar lock in my drift boat and it hangs. Good thing to have. This is going to live with my flies, so it's just exactly what you'd use for fly tying, or you know, many uses around the house or in your workshop. It's just a steel brush. I'm going to use this on heads of flies. I'm going to use it to brush out feathers that may become matted or get a better shape to it. Just this will bring the fly back and revive it and have it fish another day. And then a nice pair of serrated fly tying scissors to trim materials. So this is something that lives in my box at all times. Good thing to have. Not all scissors are created equal, as you probably already know. Get some serrated quality scissors that cut like EP fibers and minnow head brush and that kind of stuff real clean and easy. So important. I like to fish late. If you know me, I'm not a 8-hour guide trip kind of guy, so I'm going to the final bell more times than not. And a nice Surefire headlamp. I've literally had this headlamp for 15 years. Buy once, cry once. Surefire, not the cheapest, but a company that has stood behind their product for years for me, and just a killer product. Not sponsored by them or anything, just I think they make the best dang headlamp out there. One that lasted for 15 years. It's good for me. Keels. Gotta have keels. I'm going to carry some 025, some 020. Looks like I need to pick some more up from the fly shop. More super glue in here. This is just to adjust your flies for depth, for swim. You put a keel on that front bend of that hook, and it'll do different things, get you deeper and whatnot. So gotta have that. And that's about it. I mean, I do keep extra fly lines in my box. I usually have an extra reel in here, but that's kind of the important things that I think you should have in your box if you're attacking the water. And if you're a drift boater, you probably want to have a few extras of these hanging around. So it never fails this time of year. We're going over blowdowns and trees and hitting rocks and launching at crazy launches. You pop a plug. It's nice to not have to look all over the floor for it. Just grab the fresh one out of the boat bag and you're good to go. So those are a few tips. What I do on the water, not necessarily what everyone needs, but what I need to have a safe, successful day on the water and be comfortable while I'm out there. There's a little spring smallmouth tip and a overview of my Yeti Go Box 30.